Good. How are you?
Y'all still talk for a minute. We got just a few minutes. We have just two more people we're waiting on. Dr. Chestnut's daughters are on their way. They're here, but they've just been picked up and on their way. But let me go through kind of the run of show for everybody today so you'll know. We'll start in just a few minutes. We'll have our opening prayer. Governor Ivey's obviously with us. We appreciate her as president of the board and governor, taking time to do this great honor for us today, and appreciate her leadership on the board. She'll come up and make comments. After that, I will introduce Chief Justice Tom Parker, who is with us, and he will swear everybody in. And so for the three of you being sworn in, we'll go by district. We'll start with District 1, and then 5 and 7. We will have the Chief Justice stand on this side facing that direction, and then you'll stand here facing this way. Of course, bring somebody up with you to hold the Bible. And then if you would like to have a family picture, or anybody else who's with you or whatever, we'll do. Chief Justice is fine with doing some pictures also. So that's kind of the run we'll go through. We just have 3 swearing in, and then it won't be that long, but we really appreciate all of you doing this. As y'all know, we're going to do outside, we're inside. The Capitol staff have been so gracious about setting this up for us today and making sure we could be in a comfortable and stately and historic room. And We thought it was going to be raining yesterday anyway, so it turned out not to be. We were a little worried about getting everybody over here from the parking lot, but we were able to make that work. So we'll just give it just a minute for those young ladies to get in here, and we will get started. And thank you to all of our guests, too, for joining us this afternoon. So one more detail announcement while the ladies are coming upstairs. Though I know that all of you have already been sworn officially in your home county, but the Chief Justice offered to sign another oath for you, so you'd have kind of a commemorative oath with the Chief Justice's signature on it. So what we would have to have is each of you have to sign it, and then he'll sign it, and we'll do that at the conclusion of the whole ceremony. So didn't want you to forget, though, to take that with you. I just need you all to sign it. Just, yes.
Before we get started, let me just mention this. When I give you the oath of office, I'm going to say, I state your name. So you're repeat, and then give me your name.
I said he has obviously done this many times. He's got it down. He told me exactly where everybody needs to stand so the pictures come out right and all of that. Everybody is, I have no jokes to tell, no songs to sing or dance to do, so they're fine. They're downstairs. I think they're downstairs. We sent Sarah down there to meet them, so they're fine. Don't want them to miss Mom's big moment, that's for sure. Dr. Chestnut, thank you for gracing us with some really young people to remind us what the state school board is about. It's about getting school ready for them. So thank you. So it is, again, my opportunity, great opportunity to welcome everyone today. I'm Eric Mackey, your State Superintendent of Education and Secretary of the State Board of Education. And we would like to open this very special ceremony this afternoon with a word of prayer. And Bishop Kyle Searcy is with us, and I would like Bishop Searcy to come forward and offer prayer.
Let's bow our heads with a word of prayer. Our Father and our God, we come before you, and we thank you so much for the state of Alabama. Thank you for the leaders of this state, the governor, our Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, State Superintendent, and the other leaders. Bless them, increase them. Let your hand rest upon their families. Thank you for those who are being sworn in today, God. Those that are being sworn in, plus the entire school board. We ask, God, that you give them your wisdom, give them your heart, cause them to be the best they can be in this all-important aspect of educating our children, forging us into the future through the process of education. God, the job is not easy, but let them know you'll be with them every step of the way. Let them know you're always there to reach up to for wisdom, insight, and guidance. We ask that you bless this ceremony today. Put your stamp of approval upon it. Let your hand rest upon it and be glorified in all that's done. We ask it in Jesus' name. We thank you for hearing and answering. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. It is also my distinct privilege to introduce to you, for some comments, the President of the State School Board and also the Governor of Alabama, the Honorable Kay Ivey. Would you please stand for Governor Ivey? Thank you.
Thank y'all very much. Please be seated. Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here today. The role of a member of the State Board of Education is to exemplify a commitment to students, parents, and communities so that all of Alabama students receive a stellar education. Each of us is committed to the ideals of public education and the mission of creating a future full of citizens who are well-educated, responsible, and serve as contributing members of a great society. Members of the State Board have an obligation to the people that they represent to be informed and deliberate about addressing the policies and programs that guide education in our state. As we all know, this past year has seen a huge disruption in the delivery of education and has forced us to reimagine what is possible, to reconsider time-honored traditions, and to rise above the hurdles that the COVID-19 pandemic has thrown our way. Just as educators across our great state have used innovation, collective effort, and good old-fashioned hard work to meet the challenges of the day, we too must continue to work and exhibit the intestinal fortitude necessary to be the education leaders of our young peoples that they so desperately need. The future of Alabama depends on our ability to produce a workforce that is prepared for the challenges of tomorrow, many of which we cannot even fathom. Tomorrow's builders, medical professionals, law enforcement officers, engineers, technology experts, journalists, lawyers, teachers, and every imaginable profession are sitting in our Alabama classrooms today. Jobs in the new economy will require education and training. Producing a strong, knowledgeable, capable workforce for the future protects the investments the education is being made today. As state board members, we have a solemn obligation to make decisions and establish policy that are in the best interest of our students, which in the end will be the best interest in our state. To our newly elected board members, Dr. Tanya Chestnut, Representative for District 5, Ms. Belinda McRae, Representative for District 7, welcome aboard. We certainly look forward to establishing a great working relationship with you. Also to our returning board members, Ms. Stephanie Bell, Representative for District 3, and Ms. Zackie Ziegler, Representative for District 1. Thank you for your continued efforts, even more to make our public schools robust. May God continue to bless each of you and the great state of Alabama.
Thank you, Governor, for those opening comments. And now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the state of Alabama. And I have to say, this is a very unusual thing. Justice Parker, he knows he knows what I'm about to say, but and I know that Board Member West is a member of the Rotary Club. I don't know how many Rotarians we have in here, but the Governor and the Chief Justice and I have the pleasure of being members of the same club. The Montgomery Downtown Club, and used to get to see each other pretty often, not as well anymore, but a great individual, a great leader for this state, and a great justice. And so, Chief Justice, I will turn it over to you, and then would you like for me to go ahead and bring up the first member? I'll take care of it. You'll take care of that. Good. Thank you.
Let me make some remarks first, and this comes from a formative experience that I had doing some legal research maybe 35 years ago. As I was looking through the law library, I pulled a 1934 school code off the shelf. It was separately bound. I opened it up, and I can remember the words because they had such an impression on me. It said, "The grandfather of the educational laws of the United States." And then it quoted from the Northwest Ordinance. It was passed by the Continental Congress and then repassed by the First Congress. Article 6 that was quoted said, "Religion, morality, and knowledge, being necessary for good government and the betterment of mankind, schools and the means of education shall forever be encouraged." And then they set aside Section 16 of every township to fund those schools. When Alabama was admitted to the Union, its citizens were entitled to all the rights and privileges of those of the Northwest Territory. And that particular provision came into Alabama and was the grandfather of our educational laws. And it spells out very clearly the role that education contributes to good government and the betterment of mankind. So what you're getting ready to undertake and to reaffirm what you're doing is of such vital importance to our state and to our citizens. So I am honored to be here to have the opportunity to swear you into this position. And let's start with the first district, District 1. Jackie, if you will come forward, and the one that's going to hold the Bible, stand in front here. And you face the public. Yes, and if you want to take your mask off for photos, you certainly may. You can set them over here. Now, if you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jacqueline Ziegler,
Do solemnly swear
that
I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
to uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
and the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
as long as I continue a resident thereof,
and that I will faithfully and honestly discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter to the best of my abilities. So help me God. Congratulations. It's now official.
Thank you.
as I continue a citizen thereof.
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
And that I will faithfully and honestly
that I will faithfully and honestly
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I'm about to enter
of the office upon which I am about to enter,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. You gave all? Okay, thank you. Belinda McRae. Need you in the middle. Come on over this way. Now, if you raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Alabama, so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully and honestly discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
If you'll stay right here, Chief Justice. We would like to get a picture of the three that just got sworn in with the Chief Justice, and then we want to get one of them and Ms. West, or the board member who's here today, and the Chief Justice. So 2 more pictures, and then y'all can do other pictures if you want, but those are 2 we want to get. So we'll first do the 3 that just got sworn in, and then we'll add Ms. West in the picture. And I might jump in that last one.
Now, let's get one more. Wes, Tracy. Tracy, now where are you?
Thank you. Appreciate you very much. So again, to our 2 newest board members, thank you very much for joining the state board and committing yourself to this work. And certainly, thank you, Ms. Ziegler. You've experienced it, and we're willing to commit yourself to the work again. So thank you. I look forward to working with all of you. Ms. West, thanks for taking time to drive over from Auburn today and join us too. I want to recognize Daniel Boyd. I don't know how many of you know Dr. Boyd, who is my right hand, and keeps me. If I look like I'm sane at times, it's only because he is standing behind me, keeping me that way. And we have some of our other staff that are here with us today. And you'll get to, for our 2 newest people, you'll get to meet a lot of these folks and you'll see Anna and you'll see Shane behind the camera back there, and Charles carrying the camera around at all of our meetings, because they constantly are with us keeping things going. This brings us to the end of the ceremonial time today. If you want to do some more pictures while we're in here, that's fine. But I do need to ask that each of you that were sworn in, again, I've got your oath over here. I have a pen, and I even have some hand sanitizer if you'd like to sanitize in between, or you may have your own pen. But if you'll sign, and then Chief Justice has to sign while you're here. So let's do that first before we do any pictures. And then we'll start, Ms. Ziegler, with you. And may want to get some pictures of that. Charles, let's get some pictures as they're signing, please. Well, I know. We'll get over there, too. Y'all have the pictures, all you need? Dr. Chestnut? And Ms. McCray. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate the work that you do, and Mrs. West and Ms. Ziegler know that. It's hard work, but it's also meaningful work. I have had the opportunity with both of them to go into schools and visit classrooms and talk to teachers and talk to children. And I look forward to doing that with y'all. It's a little difficult right now, but within a few weeks, certainly within a few months, we should be in the place where we can do that again. And that grounds us. That reminds us what we're all about. And you're going to find that about this board. We debate the issues, we talk about things, we bring up new topics, we bring up old topics sometimes again, but in the end, it's when we get with those children and we all realize we've got a committed group of board members that care deeply, as Chief Justice said, about the future of this state. And the future of this state is them. And so I appreciate your being willing to take on the opportunity to be a part of this board. And with that, we are dismissed. I thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.